I've spoken to people in the Serbian community in Melbourne who are close to Novak's team, and the first thing that they would like me to convey is that Novak loves Australia and its people, and has shown this by donating to the Australian bushfire appeal and giving away $1 million from last year's Australian Open winnings to disadvantaged tennis players due to COVID. He's, of course, shocked at the turn of events and never envisaged that he could be at the centre of such a debacle. He had all the assurances that his visa paperwork was in order, and confidently announced his departure for Melbourne. During his 24-hour flight, things took a dramatic turn, and it appears that his arrival became a political hot potato between the Victorian state government and the federal government, who both wanted to rid themselves of responsibility for his visa. And this resulted in an unprecedented cancellation of a visa at the doorstep of the Australian Open. Unfortunately, this is a bad look for the Australian immigration system, and you would think that somewhere along the way, proper inquiries would have been made earlier regarding Novak's suitability to come to Australia, and to try to avoid this embarrassing situation for everyone.
Svetlana, who gave him those assurances that his visa was in order?
Well, I understand that the government, the government who officially approved his visa, and it appears that rules were not clear to anyone, considering that Novak had to wait for 8 hours before being informed of the decision by the Australian Border Force to cancel his visa. And that's why we are all eagerly awaiting the outcome of the federal government case to find out which rules should apply to Novak. It appears this debacle is a result of a lack of coordination between the federal and Victorian state governments and Tennis Australia regarding the organising of tennis players' visas. It may have been that the left hand wasn't talking to the right, or the Tennis Australia in the middle might not have communicated properly the requirements for entry. But the point is moot now, that the court will decide.
There was an awareness, although, of the rules, that a genuine exemption had to be obtained in order to come here and play. Those rules were clear.
Well, Novak has done absolutely everything required from the government, and was given a green light up until he touched the Australian soil. He certainly wouldn't have wanted to undertake such a long trip if he had any doubt regarding his suitability to enter Australia.
Another two people have been caught up in this, a second tennis player, a Czech player, and also an official who's already voluntarily left Australia. The Czech Foreign Minister has lodged a formal protest with Australia over the detention of their player. Do you think that this has the possibility, that there is the possibility that this could damage relations between Australia and Serbia?
Well, I understand that representations were made at a high diplomatic level by Serbian government officials to allow Novak to stay in a house he rented in Melbourne under 24-hour guard, so that he could take proper care of his dietary and physical requirements. And all of these requests have been denied. It is hard to believe that Novak is treated like a high-risk individual, considering that his intention is only to play in a tennis tournament and then leave the country. The punishment that Novak is receiving does not appear proportionate to the circumstances he has found himself in. Remember, he cannot get out of a hotel room and has no access to fresh air. Any government would be concerned by such treatment of its citizens, and I hope this doesn't escalate further diplomatically and can be resolved relatively quickly for everyone's sake.
Yes, just finally, Svetlana, what would you like to see happen from here?
Well, as a Serbian, part of Serbian community, and I believe a lot of Australian people as well, we're all in this together, and we really believe that it will end up in the best possible way and solution for everyone, especially Novak. I'm not sure how he's dealing at the moment with the whole situation, but we really hope that government decision will be fair towards everything for Novak and Australian people and Australia as a country as well.